Hello, hello, everybody, and welcome back to Take Your Medicine. This is Billy, and she's our co host. She's the star of the show. Say hello, Billy. Give your message of love. Tell the people. Tell the people. How are you today? I have been dealing with the effects of my session yesterday. I told you yesterday that I was going to see this lady named Kelly Blakely. She's a healer that I met at the space on January 11th. And I was very curious to experience her work and see what she was all about. And I didn't really know anything to expect. I knew she did muscle testing, but I didn't really know what that meant. And I think she works with maybe it's called emotional codes or something like that. I don't know. But it was quite the experience. And after the session, she warned me and said, it's very likely that you could have trouble sleeping tonight, that things are opened up for you, that you feel a lot of negative feelings, that you might feel some rage come up or some sadness, and you've done intense work here. So be prepared for that. And I walked out thinking, I've got this. I'm good. I've done medicine work. I'm good. And by the end of the evening, I was riddled with rage. I felt raw, open, vulnerable, exposed, like all my wounds were open. I did indeed have a really hard time falling asleep because I was dysregulated by sadness and anger toward the people who have hurt me in my life. And it was interesting. So I remember last night, AJ's sitting next to me snoring away, or lying next to me snoring away. And I just sat up in bed. I took my eye mask off. I sat up in bed and I was just staring at the wall in fucking rage. Um, Mostly toward, people who have hurt me in my adult life. Since when I left the Mormon church, I had 4 small children, and it was a decision I made out of prayer, from prayer. Literally, I was being spiritually guided, and I was rejected and abandoned by a lot of people that I thought unconditionally loved me. And those wounds still emerge, apparently. I thought that I had really cleared a lot of that, but there was plenty to do, plenty to feel, plenty to express. So this morning, AJ didn't go to work until later. He worked at 10. So I had some cacao and he had some coffee, and I was just crying and expressing and telling him my pain. I was like, I felt abandoned. I felt used. I felt taken advantage of. I felt rejected. My maternal wounds were opened back up and reignited. And it was really interesting. And because there was a safe space for me to express all of that, I feel so much better. AJ just held me and validated my feelings and loved me through that. And so it was literally expressed out of me, and I feel so much clearer and better now. I texted Kelly this morning and I was like, you were not fucking kidding me. That was intense. I was filled with so many uncomfortable feelings, and but it all came up and was able to be released. I didn't want to attach myself to it. I didn't want to, identify with the story of it all. I just wanted it to be felt and seen and pass through. And that was really, really good for me. And now I'm feeling the need for smoke. I need to cleanse. So I was going to show you all. This is the bag that I take with me when I facilitate a session that has all of my smoke supplies in it. I use Palo Santo, Nag Champa incense, and then also copal. And I was really wanting to use some copal today. And so I thought I would show you how to burn copal. Copal is a tree resin. And this specific copal is extremely special because my dear friend Tyler, who I experienced ayahuasca with. I met him in the ayahuasca temple, and he has become a very, very dear friend to me. And he brought this to me from Peru. So it's extra special to me. I was so, so grateful for such a sweet gift. And what you do when you burn copal is you take a little charcoal briquette. Little charcoal briquette. You can buy them on Amazon. And you need some kind of situation to burn it in. You can use something like this. I've also used something like this where you can burn the copal. So what you do is you light the, see if I can do it so you can see, light the charcoal and it starts to sparkle and crackle like that. And you let that burn for just a few minutes until the charcoal starts to get white. And once the charcoal starts to turn white, then you can set the resin on it, the copal resin, and it creates beautiful cleansing smoke. And I connected with copal the first time in that same temple where I received ayahuasca. It was a very powerful experience. They give you 3 doses during one ceremony, and I did a full dose all 3 times. A lot of people refused, the second and third doses, but I was like, I'm here, I'm going big, I'm going hard. The 3rd dose of ayahuasca, I didn't even make it back to my bed before I vomited. I was thankfully holding my bucket. But it was very, very intense. And there were times where I didn't feel like I could go on. I was like, oh my God, this is so intense. I can't stop purging. I'm overwhelmed. And I called the shaman over. Her name is Vicky, one of them. And I told her, I don't know what to do. I can't stop purging. I feel terrible. And she brought the copal smoke, and it cleared the nausea and cleared the heaviness. It literally lifted the heaviness from my energy, and I could keep going. It was magical. And that was the first experience I've ever had with smoke really clearing the energy from me. I was like, whoa, 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 smoke is powerful. Since then, I've been drawn to other kinds of smoke like Palo Santo. I fucking love Nag Champa incense. It's so powerful. But smoke is a wonderful transmuter of energy. It can clear a space, and it's wonderful just ritualistically to walk around and put a stick of incense all over your plants and bless them, all over your home and bless your home. It just sets an intention of love and peace and healing and clearing. Okay, so our charcoal is white. And then you just put a little bit of copal and see that beautiful smoke it creates. Let's put a little bit more. So wonderful. Thank you, copal. Thank you, trees, for your gifts of medicine in so many ways. We love you. We thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And this is copal. Would you like some? Yes. Yes. Breathe it in. Powerful smoke energy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And this is so helpful for my clients when they are in session. I often bring copal, and one client recently, the next day after her session, she said, what was that smoke you were using? Can you please direct me to be able to find it? Because I want to use that same smoke. She said, I can still smell it lingering in my home, and I just want more of it. Would you like some smoke, my baby? Yes, these puppies need a cleansing. Yes, good job. Oh, she doesn't like it. She's not a smoke fan. But so that is how copal works. Thank you, smoke. So this muscle testing thing with Kelly, basically, she asked me what I wanted to work on. And I told her that I wanted to work on my issue with picking my skin. I expressed to her what a nightmare it's been for me in my life. how frustrated I am, the shame cycle I go through with not feeling like I have control or feeling like a failure. I often feel like there's I'm a hypocrite for teaching healing or something if I'm not 100% healed. And she was so loving and so helpful and freed me of so much of this like guilt and shame that I tend to put myself into about it. And I thought she was going to be like muscle testing me, like asking me questions and seeing if my arm was strong or weak. But that's not at all what it was. She was like she tuned into my guides. She asked who I wanted to come through for me and to help with the session. And I told her Jesus, Kate, and Thomas. They're my most active, precious guides, and Ebert, of course, but we said Thomas and Jesus, Kate, and she really connected with them. I could not believe some of the synchronicities that were coming through to let me know that Jesus, Kate, and Thomas were very much there and very much helping. She did this like magnetic roller thing up my spine, and she would ask herself questions like, is this ancestral? Is this from the maternal line? Is this from the paternal line? And then when she would receive the answer from her own muscle testing, she had like a number and a letter system. She's like, okay, B5. And I don't even know. It was a whole science. And then she would do the roller on my spine and clear whatever it was, ancestral on my paternal side, or all of the times that a woman was persecuted on this side. And I mean, I didn't even know. I was just sitting there and kind of meditating, but I was feeling so much energy moving through me. It was very powerful and very beautiful. And I don't even know how to put it into words, but I'm trying. She has done more than 8,000 of these sessions. This lady is a badass through and through. She knows her shit. She's powerful and grounded and non-judgmental and kind, and she works over Zoom. Her name is Kelly Blakely. I will put her information in the description of this show so that you can meet with her if you are interested in experiencing this powerful healing method that doesn't require any medicine. So thank you, Kelly Blakely. You're a badass. I love you. And I can't wait for my next session. And I'm going to get AJ signed up for a session as well, because it will help us all. I think I want her to see my kids. You know, she's just awesome. So thank you. Thank you. I'm so grateful. You know, these feelings that get broken up in us, they feel like they're wrong or they're bad. You know, I often have clients who, after their medicine ceremony, and in fact, today I received a text from a client, and I'll have a call with her today at 2:00 actually. But she was saying, I'm 2 weeks out from my session. All of this childhood stuff is resurfacing. Is this related to my medicine journey? And I told her, yes, absolutely. When we open up these Kundalini energies, when we open ourselves up to healing our wounds, those wounds have to come to the surface to be seen, to be held, to be cared for, and to be released. This is intense work. And when you embark on it, it doesn't close back up. You open this shit up and you got to embrace the entire journey. And a lot of that is treacherous and ugly and difficult. So it's very important to be well supported. I support my clients all the way through their integration. Months after their sessions, half the time I am connecting with them and talking to them. Every session I make a new friend. So it's so awesome. And I get to meet the coolest people who are brave enough to step into the wild unknown and tackle their own healing, to face their darkness, to face their wounds, to face the trauma, so that they can truly clear it from their being, feel healthy, strong, happy, free. It's awesome work. It's amazing how much better I feel after just crying and expressing the pain that I felt, you know, as a young mom leaving the Mormon church and feeling like I was totally abandoned in the most difficult, scary time of my life. I needed support. I needed help. I needed love. My children needed that. And, you know, I was telling my husband, what would be different if we had been loved and supported through that time? And then when I feel all those feelings and I allow myself to just feel validated in that pain, because oftentimes I feel like shame because, I love all those people that caused that. And so, in expressing it and feeling it, it helps me to have compassion for the people that hurt me too. And as I was, going through this morning, I was emotional and I was talking about it, and it made me realize I'm having, as I express this, I'm having new levels of understanding for how difficult that was for the people in my life that didn't expect me to leave the Mormon church, didn't expect me to change all of the dynamics within my in-laws' families and with my own biological family. It was a lot for them, and that was scary for them, and that was difficult, and they didn't understand that I felt like I was truly following spiritual guidance out of the church. I feel like all of their concern was based in love, and we just are doing our best. And I have no anger toward anybody who treated me anyway in my life. I have compassion and love. We are all victims of victims. We are all doing our best. And so in going into that sadness, going into the rage, even, we might think that it might stoke the rage or make it even worse by giving it any attention. But really, if you just allow yourself to feel it without attaching to it, it clears it so that you can have a new level of compassion for those that cause you pain, because we all cause others pain. I know I have caused immense amount of pain to a lot of people in my life. And so forgiving myself frees up that space to forgive others, to give myself understanding and say, I was doing my best, helps me to have that same compassion for those people that have caused me pain. We're all connected. We are all one. And so if we can give each other the benefit of the doubt, but also allow ourselves to feel the feelings that come up, we will feel lighter, we'll feel freer, and will literally be more healthy in our lives. So I'm very grateful. And, I hope that in expressing these things that I've expressed today doesn't make anybody in my life sad, because I feel like it's all progress. I have a new appreciation for everybody in my life who we've gone through this together with. There's so much healing that has taken place, and so much love and connection. And my son Thomas has truly brought our family together in so many ways. He's helped me open myself again to my ex-in-laws, to forgive them and to love them as they are, to open again to my biological family in bigger and newer ways that I was closed to before. I am open again to my ex-husband, to his wife. There is so much healing that has taken place because of Thomas. Thomas is a great healer, a great teacher. He is such a blessing to all of us, and I'm so grateful for everything that he helps me learn and heal from, and for the love he continues to give me in my life. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Thomas. And I am so grateful for all of this healing work. I'm so grateful for my family, for my connections with my sisters, for my connection with my dad, for my connection with my mom, for my connection with Jake and Tiff, the other parents to my children. I'm so grateful for the deep healing and connection I can feel with the people in my life that I love and that I've always loved and that I know love me. And, we've got to walk through the darkness to really clear ourselves and feel the light. A card just fell down. I'm very curious to see what it is. I'll show you first. Spider! This is very cool because I just saw something about how innately a spider knows how to spin a web. I read this to AJ last night, that we can tune in to our deepest intelligence. And just like a spider innately knows how to spin his web, we also have that same intelligence, that same coding for ourselves to help us create and grow and live life to the very fullest. We just have to quiet ourselves to tune into this brilliant intelligence that the spider is naturally tuned into. I literally was talking about the spider spinning a web last night. So thank you, spiders. One time in Scottsdale, Arizona, I was journeying with Jesus Kate by myself in a room. And nope, that's not true. AJ was there this time, and it was in a hotel in Scottsdale, and we journeyed together. And as we were going to sleep and we were done with the whole journey, a bunch of beings showed up and started channeling through me. And one of those beings was a spider being. She was massive and glistening and ethereal and beautiful. And she had 1,000,000 legs. And she came in with the most feminine, gentle energy. And she acknowledged, I understand your stigmas and thoughts around spiders, but I promise I am a being of love, and I'm here to, and she channeled through my body. Oh my Lord, these experiences are so cool. That was the same night that Jesus Kate brought the coral reef that I spoke about yesterday, that I got to channel 2 nights ago. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love these experiences. When I get to channel one of these beings, it is like, the most pleasurable, beautiful, wonderful, comforting milk and honey and gold flowing through my system. And it literally heals my body. So I am so, so grateful for these opportunities I get to connect with the nature spirits. So thank you, spiders. We love you. We love you. And I just realized I'm showing my armpits, and it's been a while. I can't remember if I told you, I shaved my armpits at one point, and I literally felt weird without my armpit hair, and I was kind of bummed, like I missed it. And AJ literally likes it too. So this is where we're at. That was quite a while ago. I think it's pretty much all grown out now. So this is my journey of being as real and natural and as authentic as I can be. I still shave my arms, I still shave my legs, but I haven't in a long time. And I'm just doing me. Like, I want to be the most authentic expression of me. I will no longer apologize for my weirdness. I want to be loudly and proudly Tobi, Jesus Kate, all the things. And I thank you for being here with me. I thank you for loving me and sending me encouragement. So many of you have reached out to me and told me that you enjoy this show, and I'm super duper grateful for that. This has been such an act of learning to just find myself and find confidence and healing and sharing and accountability with myself with this picking thing. I am grateful to say that I have not picked anything since my appointment with Kelly. I am leaving tomorrow to go to Idaho to visit our Jake's parents with all of our crew, all of our kids, 4 parents, 9 kids. It's going to be an adventure. It's very snowy there. We're going to go ice fishing. The kids are going to go snowboarding. We're going to possibly visit some hot springs. It's going to be a great time. And it's also a time of me going and spending time with people who I had to really learn to appreciate again. And so it's a good practice for me to step into this space with people who I have really felt a lot with and gone through a lot with, to step into that space with love, with compassion, with groundedness, and to just offer my presence with love, and to experience a family vacation where I just get to be with my babies, be with my co-parents, and enjoy some nice time away. I might record tomorrow. We will see. Our flight doesn't leave until the evening. So we'll see if I have time. But thank you again for being here. We love ya. You say bye, Billy. She says bye. Namaste. Thanks so much.